Hello students. So last class we were discussed about monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross is a genetic mix between two individuals who have homozygous genotype or genotype that have completely dominant or completely recessive alleles which result in opposite phenotype for a certain genetic trait. So these we discussed in previous class. So today we discuss about monohybrid cross which exhibit a one contrasting character. Okay, so what are the steps involved to do monohybrid cross? So this we're going to discuss today. Monohybrid cross is an inheritance involving only one pair of contrasting character like tallness or shortness of a plant that either red or white flowers, plant that produce seed that were either yellow or green or round or wrinkled. So these are the one pair we choosing for the contrasting character to conduct monohybrid cross. How to carry out a monohybrid cross? So today this will be our discussion. The ratio of the phenotype and genotype that are estimated are only probabilities. What is genotype and phenotype? Genotype refers to the genetic characteristic of an organism, whereas phenotype refers to the physical characteristic. For example, having blue eye is a phenotype, where the lacking the gene of brown eye is a genotype. So now we will see some of the steps. So listed below are steps that can be used to calculate a monohybrid cross. So what are the steps which we can follow to calculate a monohybrid cross? Step number 1. Indicate the alleles using characters. Recessive alleles can be indicated by lowercase letter while dominant allele can be indicated by uppercase letter. So first point, what will be the first point? So dominant allele will be represented in a uppercase. For example, capital T. Whereas recessive alleles can be denoted as small letter, small t. Okay. Step number 2. Note down both the phenotype and genotype of the parent or the parental generation that are being crossed. So next step I have to note down the values of the phenotype and the genotype of the parent. So even the parental generation like F1 generation and F2 generation are being crossed where can be noted. Step 3. Note down the genotype of the gamete from the parental generation. As a result of the meiotic division, the gametes will be haploid. Step 4. Tabulate a Punnett square to chalk out the probable combination of the gametes. So any combination is possible as the process of fertilization is random. Step 5. The phenotype of offspring can be written. So that outcome hence obtained is known as F1 generation, where F1 generation is followed by next generation called F2 generation, and F2 generation is followed by F3 generation. So F2, F3, etc. generations form the subsequent generation. So he conducted an experiment with all 7 contrasting characters and observed that an entire F1 progeny showed one pattern in the behavior. That is, they resembled one of the parent character. Another parent character was completely absent. So based on his identification, so one of the characters is expressed and one of the characters is hidden. So based on this character expression or hidden, so he named that experiment, he named that part for dominant and recessive. When the character is expressed, so that is called as dominant. When the character is not expressed, that is hidden for the generation, is called recessive. So this will be the perfect example for the dominant and recessive gene. So here you can see the parental character where the cross between the purple flower and white flower. So this will be the monohybrid cross where it took one contrasting character of the flower, that is one flower which was in purple color and other one was in white color. So this was the parental cross. So in F1 generation you can see he got all the 4 purple color. So in F1 generation, so the dominant will be the violet color. Here in F1 generation is carried over for the identifying the second generation. So F1 generation, that is the parental purple flower and purple flower is crossed. So what happened in F2 generation? So there will be the result of 3 purple color and 1 white color. So in F1 generation we got 4 purple color where it shows a dominant character purple, and there will be no white flower which was indicated in F1 generation. So that gene which is responsible for the white flower is hidden in the parent of F1 generation, and this F1 generation is carried over to the F2 generation. This hidden character is expressed in F2 generation. We call that term as recessive gene. So hidden gene, we call that as a recessive gene, where the expressive gene, we call that as a dominant gene. Mendel observed that traits which were absent in F1 generation had reappeared in the F2 generation. So based on this, he called such suppressed trait as recessive trait and expressed trait as dominant trait. So recessive gene, or otherwise called as hidden gene or suppressed gene, whereas the expressed trait are known as the dominant trait. So he also concluded that some factors are inherited by offspring from the parent over successive generation. So next is an activity. So here you can see the activity building block Punnett square. Okay, so this will be the great kinesthetic activity to both introduce the students, okay, that is you, to test cross and to solidify their understanding of dominant and recessive alleles. For this activity, you will need colored building blocks that come in various size. So what you should do is, so you should be choose the color building blocks, choose 2 different color. Here the activity was given as red, that is red in color, and blue in color. Okay, so both the 2 colored building blocks were chosen. Pick all the rectangles of one color and other one square of the another one. So here you can see the rectangular will be red color and the square which indicates the blue color. In this case, red would represent the dominant allele and blue would represent the recessive allele. So alternatively, you could simply cut 2 different colors of cardstock into the rectangles and square. Also make handouts of Punnett square that are large enough you to fit 2 blocks into each section. So this will be the activity to carried out by you students. So what you should do is, you should understand the concept and do the activity by using the cardboard and send it in the biology class. Thank you.